Hello, hello. So this is Therese and this is Nicole Dean, and we are hanging out today. So I have a telesum. It's so cool. It's called the Dream to Done Summit, growing a business you love with intuition, joy, energy, and strategy. And the reason I pick those words is because so many people are taught that like strategy is God and you follow the formulas, and it's at the expense of your joy. And sometimes at the expense, like your intuition's going, wait. But people are taught to just follow the strategies. We're good girls, follow the rules. Well, not on our watch. And so the tagline for this summit is from growing your business in a way you can make money and makes you feel good. That's what I want. And so one of my business colleagues and friends and just beloveds is Nicole Dean. So Nicole's a speaker in my summit. So I was thrilled. I had to stalk Nicole. I asked her last time and she couldn't do it because she was launching a new thing. And so thrilled to have Nicole. And so Nicole, why don't you tell us, just give a little bio, tell us a little bit about what you do, and then I'll tell your people a little bit about me. And then we're going to talk about your talk for the summit because it was very cool. So go ahead.
I I got goosebumps so many times during our talk.
Yeah, we
I
all
can't
did.
wait for people to listen to it.
It was
But
good.
okay, so I'm Nicole Dean, and I've been in online business since about 2004. That's when I started. So I am old school. I've seen it
You
all.
and me,
I have
baby.
seen it all. When I came on, it was 99% men, and to see a woman was very, very unusual. So, I came on and I was given all the advice from men, and it just didn't feel good in my gut. So I chose not to follow it, and I chose to follow what felt good, what felt right,
Yeah.
what felt like I would make the web and the world a better place. And so in 2004, I came online and I said, I am here to make the web and the world a better place. I'm going to climb to the top with my friends by my side, and I'm going to make a boatload of money doing it. And so that is what I decided in 2004, and that is what I've lived by ever since. And so I had a business with a business partner, and we recently wrapped that up, and I started to focus more on what my heart and my soul have been calling me to do. And so what I'm focusing on is the no regret zone, because my motto in life is that I dream big. I dream these big, ridiculous, yummy dreams that make people go, "What?" And then I earn big because some of these dreams do need funding. Not all big dreams need funding, but some of them do need funding. And I like money a lot.
Mhm.
And then I play big because every minute of every day I love to play. Whether it's I'm on a walk and I see a puppy and I just have to grab him, or whether I'm in Croatia and I'm Googling most bizarre things to do in Croatia. Can I milk a camel? What can I do? Like,
Yes.
so
See,
that's who
see?
I am.
Oh,
And over the course of 20 years, I have helped hundreds of thousands of women to not only make more money, but to have a better relationship with wanting to make more money. And so I started a program that's called Money Besties, and it's about becoming besties with your money. Instead of treating your money like an ex that you're ghosting, that you're avoiding, we want our
or you're
money to be
afraid of.
our bestie, and we want to love it. We want to save it and keep it and nurture it and grow it and do it all freaking unapologetically, because men do. So why the hell can't we?
Boom. Okay. See,
That's my intro. That's my bio. What
okay,
are we going to talk about?
we can hang up. Well, let me tell your people like a smidge about me. So I'm Teresa, and
Yes,
I
this
too,
amazing woman.
I too am an OG. I've been in this for 20 plus years. I started as a psychotherapist, and I always say, don't let that scare you unless I'm trying to date you, and then you should be very afraid. You can ask me. But I brought all the years of psychotherapy and understanding of the mind and the behavior and the unconscious and the emotions to business coaching. But when I started, as our girl said, it was a different world. We didn't get to say things like intuition and joy. You'd be a lunatic if you gave that bio talking about play. Okay, but what are your credentials? Like it was very masculine, very very, my claim to fame was that my VAs and I, because we all had small kids, we would literally have our business meetings at 11 p.m. And we had this like, oh God, I'm working so hard. I'm suffering for my business. That's how women were taught in the days, and many women have burned out adrenals, harmed relationships. I had terrible mother guilt because I had little boys, right? And so today I'm the intuitive business mentor. And what that means is I bring all that understanding of psychology and 20 years of business coaching, plus, and Nicole knows this, crazy, wild, magical, God-given intuition that what I do is I work with high achieving women who know they're here for more, but they're stuck. They cannot figure out what the thing is. Oh, I can take my little pendulum and break through so they can really live the life and the business of their dreams. So I don't milk camels in Croatia, not as wild and playful as our girl, but we vibe. So that's my thing. I brought the Dream to Done Summit because we as leaders, Nicole, we are the OG. We are the ones that have to model for the younger generation. And they have a lot more freedom than we did, but they're still living in the culture like hustle is glorified, sacrifice is glorified. And we want to go, why can't you have a business where you play? Why can't you have a business that literally your life should work for your business? I mean, your life is not what I always say. You can't take your life out of your business. Your life has to come first, right? You have to factor in your life, your energy, your children, your family, and so that's a possibility. And we want you to know that. So um Nicole was probably one of my first speakers. I like after stalking her for months, she finally says yes to me. Um, and I'm like, what's your title? What's your topic? And when she said it, I'm like, oh my God, living with no regrets. That's it. So why don't you want to talk about like how that came about or what that even means? And then how do we apply it to business? Because we have to make business, there's
Mm.
things, business, it's not all rainbows. There's tasks, there's grinding at times, there's projects, I'm having shopping cart trouble right now. It's a pain in the ass. There are things, right? But how do you apply dream big, earn big, play big into business?
Into business. Well, that's a really good question. I, to me, you know my story, and I had created a business with a business partner, and it took off. We millions and millions and millions of dollars. It took off. We did really well. But I felt like I didn't have a purpose. And if you read anything about what you need or what the longest living people, the happiest people on earth, we talked about this a little bit before we started recording. A purpose and community are both essential. And I didn't feel that to the extent I wanted to feel it. And so I told my business partner, I said, I need to create this legacy business. I have this inside of me,
Earning. Yeah.
and it's not whispering anymore. It tried whispering. It's it's shouting. It's shouting. It's saying, Nicole Dean, you got stuff to say. I was starting to get sore throats. I started clearing my throat a lot. And I'm like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I'm a yoga teacher too. And I
No
know
energy. You
when
know
you've got
energy.
a body part that's like, hello, hello, you need
Mhm.
to use your voice. And I was like, okay, okay. So, in my own experience, it came down to that unfulfilled feeling of, yeah, I'm making a boatload of money, and I had to really look at my own advice of, okay, I really need to dream big, not just about my life, because my life is travel, my life is my
Yeah,
kids, my
your
life is health, but I need to dream about this
legacy.
legacy
Right.
business and what my impact is going to be and what I can't help but saying. And then it was just right there. And then I'm like, okay, earn big. Here's where I have to create this business in a way where it earns the type of money I want
Mhm.
while holding the container of my dreams and my play. And I have so many ways that I can create offers. There's a million different ways you can get traffic. So everything that I do needs to fit with where my strengths are and what I enjoy. because even if I have a strength, I'm really good at SEO and traffic and all of that stuff. But what am I going to want to do? What am I actually going to
Right.
do? When I work with my coaching clients, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, I want your strengths, but I also know what you love and what you hate to do in your business because you might be really good at something, but you hate it. So
You
we
don't
need to
want that.
design. I created my business and I am still creating my business around the things that light me up, the things that feel effortless to do when possible. Of course, sometimes there's tasks that we don't love, and if they can't be outsourced or automated or eliminated, then that needs to be done.
Mhm.
But the whole business was created with that in mind, and so that it's not only giving me the funds to play big, but it's giving me the mental space, it's giving me the energy,
Mm.
and it's leaving me, it's leaving me the room to play big and say my big yeses and my little yeses when, they appear. So
So this is
in
a
my
business that
business,
it serves your life, and you are very
mhm,
clear about your three pillars, right?
yes,
And I want to
yes.
talk about, you know, part of your story is so jaw-dropping in that you were at the top of the game, you had millions, you were very well known, and you walked away.
Hmm.
Many people would say, but you were fine, you were making a bunch of money. And so here's the thing, guys, when your soul whispers to you, when you get the calling, her, she was like, wait, no, hold on. Like most people don't have the courage to do that.
Hmm.
And most people would settle, quote, settle for all the millions, right?
Hmm.
And we're here to give you permission to be crazy, to take actions that on paper make no sense. And I've said earlier in other interviews, there are people that their top value is security, and they just want and you had security, right?
Hmm.
There's not that awesome, yay. And then other people like us, our top value is freedom and listening to the spirit, listening to God, listening to the next steps. And so if you're out there and there's something that's been like nudging you, um, look at Nicole. Like that's why I'm bringing a lot of the speakers. It's not just the words, it's not just the teaching, it's the modeling, the inspiration of like, wow, somebody walked away from that and started not from scratch because you had everything, you had
Right.
people in place. You're very
The
resourced.
knowledge,
Yeah, the
yeah.
knowledge, right? You're not brand new,
Mhm.
but the permission to literally follow that thing that's calling you. So do you want to say anything about that? Because that's a lot of people would just go, stop, you're good. You don't have to keep creating new stuff. But yes, you do.
Right.
If you are of that mindset and you have that, like, yeah, you can't not. You just can't not.
Mhm. Right. And so the question specifically is like, how did I walk away
How do you walk
from a
away, or
business that was generating?
how can people give themselves permission?
Ooh,
How do we make the leap? Like, because people,
right.
your story is inspiring, and it's
Yeah.
it's because you're living in so much alignment about this is my yes, that's my no, and making
Right.
sacrifices that seemed like that's crazy.
Hmm.
So
That's a really good question. It took me some time.
yeah,
When you have a business that is generating millions in sales, obviously that was a conversation I had to have, with my family and things and with my business partner. And, it took a little bit of time where we started to step back and just go, okay, how does this feel?
yeah.
And, give ourselves permission to, okay, well, what if we didn't? What would that feel like? And we started to play with that a little bit and experiment with that. Okay, what's going to happen? How does this feel? Are we going to panic? Are we going to jump back in? Or are we going to feel this sense of, okay, I got this? But also, I have always, always, always stepped away from my business. So and I know this isn't the question you asked, but
It's okay, just flow with it.
ever, yeah, ever since I started my business, I take summers off where I only work a couple hours a week. And I do that specifically so that I don't get sucked back into the parts of my business that I have no business being in. Because otherwise, I would find that over the course of the year, all of a sudden, your team changes, your business changes, and I would start to become more essential than I really was.
Not my
And
bag.
so if I knew that I had that sabbatical coming up,
Couldn't do
then
all the things.
I had to make sure that I was going to be able to step away and enjoy my summer with my kids because my husband chose to become a teacher instead of a programmer so that we would all have summers together.
Yeah.
So he did a step away for priorities. And then I said, well, I will also do a step away for priorities over the summer. So that's something I already had been doing was stepping
Beautiful.
away for the
Yeah.
summers and just touching base, trying to have systems and automations in place so that I was able to do that, have had the help I needed, the support I needed in place so I could do that. So I had been unknowingly practicing that
Yeah.
for decades. And so when I started to have that inkling of, I think the season of this business is done,
Mm.
it was fairly easy for me to go, okay, let me take a step away and just reset. My business partner to go, let me take a step away too and see how I feel. And so
Mhm.
we did that for a full summer. We did the bare minimum on that business. We both stepped away for the summer, figured out what we might want to create individually, and stepped towards that to see if that felt right or if it was like, no, that was
Yeah.
just an impulse.
Yeah.
That was just a whim. That
Dreams,
wasn't what I
moments.
really
Yeah.
want. I really want the safety and security of this and then
Right.
go back to it. We had the option. But no, we both stepped towards this and we came back in August and went, so how'd you do? How'd you feel? And I was like, that was kind of yummy. And she goes, I'm excited too. And I said,
Uh, yeah.
well, then we know.
Um,
Then
so
we
that's
know.
it. So that's, in business, you're going to hear, I'm sorry, in marketing, in the industry, you're going to hear, here's the way to do it. Here's a formula. Just follow the process. Everybody knows you have to do this, right? And we're the rule breakers that say, no, you don't. And that's why the summit, the term joy is in the summit. Nicole's term play, dream. Like, what if you could? Because what we measure, the metrics are how many clients did I get? Did my list build? Income. We focus on. I have to have that. That's what we count, right? That's success.
Mhm.
What about how much joy have you had? How much play did you bring in? What's the quality of your relationships? Are you dreaming? And so that's the invitation because otherwise, business can just suck ass and it can feel really hard. Like we're self-employed and we have a tyrant as boss, right? Like it can really be
Mhm.
difficult. So, so like, what would you just, women that are in business, like, how do you make the shifts? Because maybe not everybody's going to walk away to the degree you could, but how can we just go, where is joy in play? Like for me, I literally, I have like, I have a shirt like choose joy. The word joy is everywhere ever because I went through some really hard seasons, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta find the joy in this, or it'll take me under. And I became
Mhm.
so disciplined about I'm not working on the weekend. I'm gonna play with my sexy boyfriend. That's very joyful, right? Like I'm with my dog and I'm like, oh, this is a moment of joy. And I factor that in because that matters to me.
Mhm.
So that means business because there was a time, I don't know if you ever did this, but business was my life, my whole identity, everything. Like I just lived, breathed, talked, and it was harmful for me, right? Adrenal
Mhm.
burnout. It was just really bad for me and my body and my family. And so now I'm like, is I'm the owner, I'm in
Yep.
charge, and we're gonna have joy and fun and playful. And I do it like if I was with you in person, you'd be like, wow, you're just the same as if when how I coach you online just the same. So I don't have
Mhm.
to be something different. I bring all of me, sometimes too much of me, maybe because I say the F words and say funny things. But like
Never.
that's another thing to be fully self-expressed, fully like unleash yourself, whatever it is, because then you don't have to go, oh, I gotta be professional. No,
Yep.
that drains you. So what would you say about just permission to have more joy, play, fun, pleasure, self-expression?
In life or
In
when
all
seeking
well,
your
it's
business.
specific with business because we
Yeah.
do it in life, but we
Because
don't give permission in business. That's what I want.
right. So what I actually did is when I was in Croatia, I listened to your meditations. The soul of your business I listen to that every single day on my balcony looking at the peacocks in Croatia. I listen to your meditations.
Mm,
So
thank you. Thank you.
that was a couple years ago
Yeah.
because I knew that there was more that I wanted, and I
Yeah.
was too in it to be able to see it or
Yeah.
verbalize it like I needed to. So I needed to feel it. And so I would listen to your meditation, and then I would go on a walk down to the palace, and then when I came home, I would listen to your meditation and I'd go on a walk around the neighborhood. And every day it felt more real and it got a little bit clearer until I started to like be able to get on my computer and look at a blank page and have my pad of paper and start to doodle some words and some
Yeah.
notes, and then I'm like, okay, I think I can start to communicate what I want.
Right.
But the no regret zone is such a big concept.
Yeah.
So to be able to like
Pull that
get
down.
that down
Yeah.
to what I know and teach, and to be able to apply and help women to start grow income streams in their business, but also outside of their business.
Mhm.
And it's so big and there's so much yumminess to it, but to be able to communicate that clearly. And so that helped me a lot. Always fresh air and puppies.
Uh,
Anytime my brain doesn't want a brain,
for
fresh air
that.
and puppies.
Down for that. Yes, yes, yes. And
Yep,
that.
yep,
So,
yep.
so here's did you hear she didn't make a strategy to try to figure it out. She didn't put herself in a little box. She didn't time stuff. So the
Mhm.
meditation she's talking about is, connecting with the soul of your business. And I can put that in a link below. I'm
Yeah.
a whole bunch, I'm an insight timer meditation teacher, and there's so many, and I hear they're great. People find them and love them. They're very inspiring. And so no, they are great. They're really
They are,
I'm like
seriously.
I'm like totally gifted in that. Like I literally I just channel these meditations, and I'm like, and it's pretty funny. Sometimes I'm leaving my body going, Jesus, that is good. Oh,
Mhm.
I mean, so I'm kind of there, but I'm mostly not there. And they're very good and very inspiring. So go to Insight Timer and just put my name in, and there's a bunch of them. And so did you notice it didn't come from the left brain? What we do is we get it, and then when it's formulated and when she has some words, then you put form on it, then you put structure. Then, oh, okay, that could be that course. Oh, what's the title? Okay, that's the price. But we always try to start here instead of starting here in the
Right.
yummy gooey just birth part process. So that was so well
Right.
said. We should probably jump off because I got a client in a few minutes. But Nicole, is there anything else you want to say about the summit, about anything else you want to say?
Definitely, I recommend people listen to the interview because, like I said, I got goosebumps and tears, I think, 3 or 4 times talking about the why for the no
Yeah.
regret zone and how that lives in me and and money, why it's important. Just the whole thing is just yummy,
Okay.
yummy,
Yeah,
yummy. Go
yeah.
listen to it.
We were all like, we have a clamped. This really matters. And the caliber of speakers that I have at this summit, it's like bam. Most of us, I think, except for one, most of us have been around. No, everyone's been around at least 10 years, some 15, some 20. I mean, we have women that are like, oh, so and so, Jill Lublin, 25 years in PR, Kim Castle, 20 years in branding, and like really rock star quality women. Some of you're not going to know. They're not, but the
Mm,
quality, I'm blown away. But I'm just like, damn, because I attract cool people, right? And more so, who doesn't love the message of make money in a way that feels good, right? So yes, you're going to get some strategy, but you're going to get soul, you're going to get heart, you're going to get inspiration, and you're going to get modeling. You're going to look at Nicole and go, you did that. Maybe I could make some shifts too,
mm.
right? So Miss Nicole, I just adore you. I just love any moment I can get with you. Mwah. And I'm so happy to get to share you with all the people that are going to get to watch. So, oh, look at that. Mine doesn't
You
do
didn't
fun
know.
things. Oh my. Oh no. You're the girl with all the things. All right. So thanks for watching. Peace and blessings. And we will put the links to the summit below. Big love. Take care.
Bye.